Hello everybody, it is Jack from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon, and if you guys are looking for the latest PTC geocodes, including codes from Vivid Voltage, make sure you check out the Potown store, where you can also use code Omnipoke for an extra discount on your order. Today, I am back with week number 11 for the OPOP League. This week was one prize week, so you could only use Pokemon that give up one prize in your decks. And honestly, the reception for this week has been fantastic. So far, at least, people have really liked the idea. They really like Joe's meta-analysis video. So yeah, I'm really happy with the reception the week has got so far. I'm really looking forward to playing this week as well. So yeah, I'm very excited. The three decks I have brought. First is Frosmoth Wailord. Obviously, Frosmoth has seen some success in Standard, but has always fallen a little bit short. Well, I wanted to give it another go in one prize format because I think in general, decks are going to be slower. The format is going to be slower, so it should be a little bit more. There should be a little bit more time for Frosmoth for you to be able to develop the Frosmoths and such. Pairing it with Wailord, just because 200 HP is insane. 4 for 140 is pretty good. There's a new Wailord that does 4 for 170, but I think 140 is a pretty good number to be hitting anyway. I don't think there's many things that will be living 140. There's a couple of things as actually my other two decks would arguably live 140. But yeah, I don't think you need that extra little boost of up to 170. The reason why I went with this one is because it also has heavy impact for 3 energy. So obviously the other Wailord can only attack for 4 energy. Whereas this one can at least attack for 3. So I feel like having that little bit of extra flexibility with heavy impact makes up for the 30 damage with Hydro Splash. But then maybe it'll turn out I needed that 30 damage. You know, I'm not sold on which one's better. I think they're both very comparable. This one has more flexibility and a lower damage output, but the other one obviously you can do more damage. They both have 200 HP and they both have 4 retreat, so you can use buff padding as well. So I've got a couple of copies of buff padding in here as well, which basically the idea is to early game just do some pokes with Hydro Pump, and then late game basically set up 2 Wailords that have 250 HP and do 140 every turn and basically sweep whatever your opponent has out. So that's the plan. Obviously, all of my lists are very, very similar. Basically, Jirachi engines. I haven't got any amazing red Jirachis. I probably have the packs to get them, but I don't know exactly how that engine would look, and I felt more confident with a Stellar-Wish engine for now. But that being said, maybe Amazing Red Jirachi engine is better. I don't know yet. Have to wait and see. But yeah, basically my lists are lots of ball search and lots of switching and movement options. So yeah, I've gone 3-3-3 research Mani Birdkeeper. A lot of my decks usually pay 4 research, 4 Mani. In this case, I've gone 3-3 basically because I feel like there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to want to try and disrupt your opponent rather than research. So normally I would play like a 4th research, maybe over a 3rd Birdkeeper or whatever, or find space for a 4th research anyway. But I feel like once you've got a Wailord set up, maybe you're going to want to be Maniing and stuff like that. Try and lower your opponent's hand size to make them make it even more difficult for them to deal with this humongous 250 HP monster. But also Birdkeeper for gaining hand advantage. None of my lists run anything like Cincino or any other draw engines. The draw engines are basically in supporters. So maybe my supporter counts are too low. Maybe we'll find out that my supporter counts are not high enough, and because of that, I'll be punished. I don't really know. I'm really not sure what to expect deck building wise. This list looks fairly solid to me though. A lot of energy recovery just because these guys take 4 energy each. So if you stack a Lapras early that gets knocked out, obviously this has an infinite damage cap as well. So yeah. You can get lots of energy back to Training Court on a Rod. We've got Capacious Bucket, which is obviously great. So yeah, fairly standard list. The support count may be a little bit weird on this one. I'm not too sure. But yeah. Next up we have Duraludon Berserker. When I thought about this format, this was one of the decks that really stood out to me. Berserker, again, has never really seen that much play. Because the 20 damage in Standard doesn't really matter that much. You're either way off one-shotting, so you're never going to be pushing into a one-shot with the extra 20 damage, or you're one-shotting stuff. You're never like just a little bit close to be able to one-shot stuff. So Steely Spirit actually isn't that good in Standard. But when paired with Duraludon's Power Beam, 130, 150, 170, you're actually knocking out a lot of things right there. So So yeah, it seems like an obviously very strong combo. 130 HP on a basic is massive anyway. self-acceleration, acceleration to the bench, Metal Saucer is just obviously really strong. Goggles, I think in this format, spread is going to be actually pretty scary. So like this is a super like anti-spread list. It's got a Mew, 3 Goggles, and 2 Malilana. I'm not sure about this Mew. This Mew maybe could be a Goggles, but I'm going to keep it as Mew for now, just for the flexibility of damage counter placement. Plus there may be some like big snipe attacks that I've forgotten about, like 80 snipes or 100 snipes or whatever, that I've forgotten about. This is better for like amazing rare Raikou and stuff. So yeah, there may be benefit to playing the Mew, there may be benefit to playing the 4th Goggles. I think 4th Goggles is better against spread but worse against sniping, obviously. But this, I guess, kind of works for both to an extent. But then, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's the idea behind that. The ball search count is kind of low, 4 quick ball, 4 com, but obviously with this Meowth, you can discard 2 cards to search for a Berserker. So basically your comms are always live as long as you have access to a Meowth, because you can just search out a Berserker and then search for any Pokemon you want. So it's a bit weird playing a low Pokemon count and a com count, but we always have access to Pokemon, theoretically. So yeah, I think obviously you have to discard cards for it, so it's like minusing cards, but yeah, you know, you're happy to always be putting energy in the bin, basically. Once Jirachis are done, you're pretty happy to bin those. I'm pretty sure it should be okay. So yeah, again, lots of switching outs, 3 Birdkeeper, 4 switch. Also playing 2 Malilana, not really for the switching, more for the healing, but maybe the switching will be useful at some point. But yeah, mainly for the healing. The idea is basically just to build up 2 or 3 tanky Duraludons that actually start one-shotting things. So basically they've got Goggles and you can just Malilana between them and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the idea behind this deck. This is the only deck that's actually playing Boss as well. I don't know how important Boss is in this format, or whether Fion is better, or... You know, I'm not... Again, this is a very underdeveloped format. I'm not sure what's good, what's best, the way to build things, that kind of thing. It's something that I really want to explore. So yeah, I've got Boss in here just to kind of see whether Boss is particularly useful. I don't know so far. And the last deck is Hydreigon Guzzlord. I hadn't even thought about this deck until Joe mentioned it to me, and then I saw Andrew Mahone streaming it. My list, I think, is pretty different to... I haven't seen Joe's list, but I think my list is fairly different to Andrew Mahone's. I don't know what Joe's list was like, if he played it. I think I saw that he played it in his results that I've seen, so I don't know what his list was like, though, off the top of my head. But yeah, basically... Red Banquet takes 2 prizes. Seems pretty broken when you only have to take 3 knockouts in a 6, and they have to take 6, and you have 150 HP. Seems really, really strong. A couple of versatility attackers, Hooper. Both Hoopers pretty relevant. Again, lots of switching. This time I've got a couple of scoop up nets in here. Again, I'm really trying different engines with each of these decks just to see how useful things are. I don't know how useful some of these cards are going to be. So this is kind of a test. I maybe should have tested a little bit more. But it's difficult to test this format considering you just queue up and you're against ADP and you just lose automatically. So yeah, it's quite a difficult format to test. But yeah, again, scoop up nets, switches, bird keepers, just kind of a variety of different switching options. Training Court and Viridian, I wasn't sure which one of these I preferred, so I just put in one of both. Maybe that's bad because of inconsistency. Maybe it's good because of flexibility. I don't know. But yeah, all 3 of my decks I think are fairly simple in concept. Take 2 prizes, let them take no prizes, let them take no prizes. So yeah, that's the idea. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm pretty excited about this format though, and yeah, you guys seem to be too. So hopefully you enjoyed the games. I mean, it's Rare Candy this week. So yeah, hopefully they're good ones. And other than that, thank you very much for watching. I have been Jack from Omnipoke. I look forward to seeing you guys in another video soon. Okay, here we are for one prize week. I'm pretty excited about one prize week, to be honest. It's an interesting format, one that I think is fairly unexplored, to be honest. So it'll be cool to see the variety of different decks that get played. I have no idea really what else other people have played. You saw at the start I'm playing Hydreigon, Frosmoth, and Duraludon Berserker. Hydreigon is what we've queued up with first. Double Rare Candy to start. It's kind of awkward. We'll hold the Hooper for now. Okay. Top decking switch is cool. Hopefully Hope we can find like a quick ball or something here. We do find a quick ball. That's pretty good. I'm going to take the quick ball. I think I'm going to ditch a candy here. Probably grab a dino. Okay, let's do a quick prize check. 3 Guzzlord. So we have all of our Pokemon. We have 2 energy prized. We have a research prized. Switch prized. Oh damn, we have a candy prize. So I'm not playing Zwilus, so this is actually pretty sad. It probably means we have to Marnie, which kind of sucks. Okay. Oh well. Maybe it like arguably it's a bit of a risk to play no Zwilus, but I think it's rare that we are in such a situation where we have one candy all game. So you know. But maybe it was an oversight. We'll have to wait and see. Arguably, we could have held this Hooper to activate Calm. Ah, we're against Behemoth. Okay. So we really are going to need to lean into this candy, because if we can't candy, that's going to be pretty rough. I think if we can set up Guzzlord, though, it's going to be able to do well. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Guzzlord has psychic resistance, minus 2070. So yeah, it would actually live to Behemoth item lock hits to disconnect whatever the attack is called. So that's pretty cool. Has the Rose Tower, again, a nice little addition. Yeah, I'm really excited about this week to see the different decks that people play. Obviously a completely new meta, so and one that a lot of people seem to be interested in. So if you guys are interested in more one prize stuff, let me know. I have a couple of ideas for this kind of format that I could maybe share with you guys. Okay, Himani's us, so we get to keep at least one candy. That's pretty good. Means we don't have to Marnie. We could potentially still research next turn, which is good. Oranguru maybe would have been a good card to put in the deck, just for protecting candies, considering we are arguably a combo deck. But yeah. So he's going to be switching into Cursolas. Interesting. Okay. So I think I want to attach Retreat. I bench this. So let's Great Ball first, I guess. We do have a fair few outs to be able to draw here. We also have Rose Tower. We could actually Rose Tower first. We could bench this, we could bench this. Yeah, that's a good way of doing things. We can shuffle in the Hydreigon and get another Dino. How much does that help us? Or we can just shuffle in the Jirachi. I think we shuffle in the Hydreigon and grab a Dino. Even if we hit Candy here, I'm pretty sure we need Supporter over Candy anyway to be able to stay in the game. So no, we did hit Candy. That's pretty funny. So we could Marnie here. We could just switch and hit the Oranguru. Kind of sucks that we drew the rare candy already. If we had Oranguru, this would be really, really good. I should have thought about putting Oranguru in. Obviously, Marnie is not the best play. I think we need to, though. I think we need to protect these candies. Oh, did he DC? Oh, I did not realize he DC'd. Why don't you let me attach an energy? Have I already attached? Oh yeah, I attached retreated, didn't I? That's why it won't let me attach an energy. Okay. On the off chance that he gets item lock next turn, we're in a pretty bad spot. We need to attach. I'm trying to think about whether we're better off moneying or researching after he item locks. We can money to try and stop item lock 2 turns in a row, or we can just take the research and try and draw. We're in a really slow spot, unfortunately. We're gonna have to probably gonna have to manually build up a Guzzlord because I decided not to play Wireless, which is maybe incorrect. I don't know, but we can also bounce the Rose Tower to try and make things a little bit more awkward. Am I going to need all of this energy? Probably not, honestly. But I don't really want to discard anything. I'm pretty happy just leaving it there. Uh-oh, now my PTCG has crashed. Okay, there's the Pidgeotto. Erica's, big Erica's there. Guess he didn't need the Rose Tower after all. Maybe we should have taken that Marnie. Damn. There is still a chance he can't chain item lock here though, so we always have an attach on the Guzzlord. Hoopit is significantly weaker when we don't have access to switch and stuff. I do play Birdkeeper, but yeah, it's obviously significantly weaker when we don't have access to switches and things like that. So there's the Curse Solar. So that's going to be the way that he tries to take extra prizes. Obviously, Guzzlord takes 2 prizes. So his attempt is going to be trying to take 2 prizes via Fainting Spell. Because of that, we should probably try and knock out the Fainting Spell with a Hooper, just so we don't lose 4 energy. I think it will be difficult for him to chain Item Lock plus Fainting Spell every turn. He's going to have no bench spaces now he's put his Pidgey down, so he can't get Fainting Spell up in 1 turn, so yeah. Wow, okay, maybe we have another chance at trying to get Hydreigon here. That would be cool. I think we have to prioritize Hydreigon over attacking and putting pressure on it. It doesn't matter when we knock this stuff out. So I think we prioritize Hydreigon. I'm not going to take an energy, I guess. No, I should have done this after. That was bad ordering. Yeah, that was bad ordering. I think if I wasn't taking energy, that was Oh, we should have done. Okay, there's the candy. So we need to find Com. We have Switch. So we need to find exactly Pokemon Communication, of which we play 4. We've used 1. I didn't see whether we had any missing from the deck. All of these cards are kind of awkward to get rid of, I guess. We need a Pokemon to be able to Com away, but we can just take another one. So we have 2 Coms left. And a Great Ball, actually. So yeah, we have outs. Take a Quick Ball. We can Quick Ball. This is another bad target, I guess. Actually, we should take something slightly better. Let's take the Evil Admonition. There's a Great Ball. Okay. Great Ball can get us Hydreigon. It does. Okay, we're in business. We are definitely in business. Okay. So we're still not really doing anything this turn, but I think we've set up a really strong board state to be able to start churning through some of these attackers, hopefully. Guzzlord is actually a really difficult Pokemon for him to knock out. We have 2 Energy Prize, 2 in the bin, 4 on board, so we have 3 left in deck. So we have exactly enough in our prizes and deck to power up another Guzzlord. We also have this Hooper to attack with, so yeah, hopefully we can make something happen here. And we still have a Training Court in the deck to be able to get some energy back to keep churning. So I may have to use some kind of Scoop Up Net combo to pick up the Oranguru and then maybe play the Cursola back down. I could see that. If that's the case, we might just have to hit into this Cursola with the Guzzlord. There's Pidgeotto number 2. Still haven't seen a Beheeyem yet. Beheeyem. Quick Ball again. Discarding a Boss for a Pidgey. There's a Rod. Popping the Elgin back in. And a Research. Okay. Okay, so didn't play the Cursola. The scariest thing, actually, I think, in my mind, is the Cursolas. Because the Cursolas can just knock something out on a coin flip. So, navigating the Cursolas will be my biggest headache, I think. Now we've got Hydreigon established, I don't think the item lock should be the biggest issue. It means we can't chain Assault Gates very well. I'm not playing any Hiding Energy. Arguably you could. Obviously having the flexibility of Free Retreat is obviously great, especially for Hoopers. But I'm only playing 2 Hooper anyway, or 2 of the Assault Gate Hooper. And obviously Hydreigon only attaches basic Dark, so I kind of just wanted to go all in on basics and then be able to play Viridian and Training Court as well. So he's really building up a big hand. There's the Air Balloon, okay, that was what I was wondering. And there's the Cursola, okay. There's no item lock. Again, I'm not too worried because we can always Assault Gate this Cursola. And again, I'd rather have the Hooper perish-bodied than anything else. There's a Beheeyem. There's a second Beheeyem. So obviously doesn't have the energy right now, which makes me arguably not want to Marnie here. Oh, we hit Birdkeeper. That's great. Okay. We still have 2 more Marnies, so I'm gonna do this and grab an energy. We can Stellar Wish as well. So that's 2 retreat as well, right? Okay, I think we take the scoop up net because we want to be able to potentially move one of these hoopers next turn. So I think we scoop up net the active, knock out with Assault Gate, and next turn we have Birdkeeper to be able to start attacking with Guzzlord. Obviously, this kind of offsets that bonus prize that we're getting for a bit, but I still think that's fine for now. Because we are eventually going to be able to start taking 2 prizes. So I think we do this. I don't think we have to bench this Hooper right now. And equally, I don't think we have to attach this energy. We have Deluge, so we can attach as much energy in a turn. So holding energy isn't actually that punishing. So I'm pretty sure we just Assault Gate. Oh, this attacks... Oh, it isn't affected by weakness. I'd completely forgotten about that. Okay. That does change things. So now we actually do have to play this Hooper and switch and Birdkeeper into it. I'm glad I noticed that just as I went to attack there. This would knock out this Hooper. And then we can just go into the Dino. Okay. This is still fine, I think. Kind of awkward. I'm glad I noticed that before doing anything silly. And do we get knocked out in return? Tails means I don't think we do. I think he has to flip a heads rather than us flipping a tails. It depends who flips the coin. Okay, it was not us. So we are still alive. Evil Admonition currently doing 70 damage, so probably has to go back into the Oranguru in order to try and keep something alive. We could just retreat and go for Red Banquet at that point and take 2 prizes. Or we could just try and poke something else. This list doesn't play any Gusting of any sort, basically because Guzzlord is so tanky and takes 2 prizes and does 120 that in my mind it doesn't really matter what you're going to be playing against. You don't really mind. You just want to be sort of churning through, taking 2 prizes on whatever you can. So I didn't play any Gust. I don't know that I'm playing any Gust in any of my lists, to be honest, because in my mind just setting up is very good. Oh no, I do play Gust in a couple of lists. I played Gust in one of my lists, one of my 3 lists. I couldn't remember exactly. These lists have been chopped and changed a couple of times. There's the Viridian, so it's actually going to be fairly hard for us to get a Red Banquet off next turn. So it might just be another Evil Admonition, like Marnie plus Evil Admonition kind of turn. Assuming we get item locked, that is. Okay, he Marnie's us. Marnie's a weird card to play against Behemoth because obviously they shuffle their energy and their attacker back in. So you don't want to shuffle them into them. So yeah, it's a little bit of an awkward one sometimes. Just probably looking for energy here. The double airmail still has Primate Wisdom available. Okay, there's a triple. There's a Lily's Polka Doll. I actually have no idea. I have no idea whether Guzzlord takes a prize on Lily's Polka Doll. This card can't retreat. This card is knocked out. Your opponent takes no Your opponent takes no prizes. Your Pokemon is knocked out. I think... Oh, I can't tell at the moment. I'm lagging. I'm actually not sure on the interaction between Guzzlord and Polka Doll. I'm sure someone will tell me down below. Maybe we'll see it this game. You never know. Oh, I've been DC'd. Hopefully I can log back in. I can't wait to get a new computer. This is all all computer based issues. It's nothing more than that, unfortunately. If this card is knocked out, your opponent can't take any prize cards. If the Pokemon are knocked out, you take 1 more prize card. I have no idea about this interaction. I really don't. Huh. I really don't. If someone could tell me down below, that would be great, because I'm very curious as to what would happen here. I'm just going to Evil Admonition. I don't need to research because I have a Guzzlord set up for whenever. He wasn't able to put a Corsola down that turn, which was one of my biggest worries, that he'd be able to establish a Corsola. So next time we'd have to risk a fainting spell. For exactly 3C plus L-Gem. Oh, it's DC'd me again. Wow. I really hope this isn't going to be an issue. Hopefully it's not. So I didn't want to Marnie there because he's just shuffled energy back in. So we know there's at least one in the deck. We don't know whether there's one in the hand, so there's no point in helping him dig towards the energy. It's kind of like him getting an extra supporter for turn to try and find an energy. So I didn't want to Marnie. Didn't want to research because there's nothing we're really digging for. We have energy for the next... all the energy we're going to need for the next couple of turns. Okay. He's all of a sudden got a massive hand, so I assume that was probably an Erika, I would guess. That's another L-Gem. Probably going to go into an L-Gem this turn then. And try and play double L-Gem next turn. Potentially now is the kind of time we would look at Marnieing, I think, because obviously he has a massive hand. Wow, going into Oranguru. Okay. That's his pivot. Going into his pivot makes me think he's actually got a very strong hand. Probably guaranteed L-Gem. Probably guaranteed Behemoth plus attach next turn. So because of that, I actually am going to Marnie here, I think. To try and make things a little bit more difficult. Obviously, we take out Primate Wisdom. He sees a lot of cards with Airmail anyway, but yeah. Maybe could have held that energy to be able to attach another Guzzlord, but I'm pretty sure this Guzzlord is going to be taking at least 3 prizes, if that's how the doll interaction works. So I don't actually think we're going to need a second Guzzlord. So I think powering up a Hydreigon just because it has more HP is going to be fine. We do get... Whoa, what happened to the prizes there? That was weird. We do get an energy, that's the main thing. Okay, did promote the L-Gem. I think that's a fairly safe promote for him anyway. We did shove him into PM. Obviously, like I say, this was the issue potentially with Marnieing there, but I think with such a large hand, plus the fact that he promoted the Oranguru, meaning that he didn't feel like he needed it to be able to do something next turn, I think that represents a very strong hand, and I think the Marnie was the correct play there. We'll have to wait and see whether we see a 3CE here. There's an L-Gem. There's a Rose Tower. I think he still has double Airmail. Okay, there's the Marnie. I also another reason for not playing the Guzzlord down is obviously we've seen him play at least 2 Erikas. Could potentially play more. I'm running low on energy, or ways to find energy at the moment. Just a little bit awkward. So yeah, because Mysterious Noise does 90, with Resistance it only does 70, which means Guzzlord actually takes 3 hits to knock out, which is huge. I have no idea whether he plays any sort of damage modifiers, so it may be 2 hits, but yeah. There's another Behemoth. As a Broken Heart react. Does that mean no 3CE, I guess? Have any been discarded? I don't think so, right? Wow, it's pretty unlucky for Eric there. Damn. Gonna go into Jirachi simply because we can find a switching out from this. That's Training Court. Sucks that we... Training Court actually is just what we need. I can't play enough down, so let's just Training Court. And go for the Red Banquet. For another 2. And I think we should be pretty locked up here. I don't think he has any way of being able to knock out a Guzzlord in a turn. Top decks the 3CE. That's pretty unfortunate. There's a doll. Okay, so we can see what this interaction is, if nothing else. Him hitting doll there was actually one of the bigger cards that he could hit. So I think he will be able to chain item lock every turn from here. So we can still win for sure, based on the amount of Poké Dolls left. There's one here. There's one in the discard. So there's two dolls left. Sorry. Okay, so there's one doll left after this. This is where we're going to find out probably potentially a really weird interaction. I have no idea what happens here, to be honest. There's no Marnies left. I don't think Erica is ever gonna happen, so I think I do this. Again, no idea what happens here. Do I get to take a prize? It doesn't look like it. Wow, okay. I had no idea whether we would be allowed to take a prize there or not. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. We could actually Mountain Munch and just start discarding cards, but I think it's unlikely that that's going to be particularly helpful. There's still... Oh, could any... Oh, he scooped. Okay. Fair enough. I think we were pretty much locked up there. We actually only had one energy left, so we would have had to stick the Training Court for 2 turns, but we also had other attackers set up. So yeah, I think we were in a pretty good spot, even if we weren't able to keep the Guzzlord train going. We still had, like, the Hooper had an energy, and then we also still had what's it called? We had 1 energy on the Hydreigon as well, so yeah. So we'll get to see whether he goes first or second. Does go first. I assumed that'd be the case. This time we're playing Duraludon Perrserker. This probably has a bit of a weird matchup against that deck. Metal doesn't resist Psychic anymore. We do at least have a turn 1 attack, which is cool, because we can Evolution Roar and common in the Evolution Roar. I really like this. This engine is pretty cool. Evolution Roar to search out for a Meowth and then Comet in. Evolution Roar to search out a Perrserker, sorry. Okay, so this is spread by the looks of it. And I do play... I was super scared of spread because wheezing in this format seems pretty busted. But obviously we have goggles, and I'm also playing Mew anyway for the... I'm only playing 3 copies of goggles. You could just play 4 copies of goggles, to be honest. And maybe the 4th copy of goggles is just better than the Mew. But yeah. I think it should make it fairly difficult. Okay. I don't think I have any reason to money here, and I really want to find goggles, so... Okay, so what's prized here? We have all our Jirachis, we have Mew, we have all our Duraludons. So all of our Pokemon are in here. 2 energy, there's 1 metal, 1 goggles. One research, 1 money, 1 quick ball, and 1 calm. Spikemuth is pretty annoying, to be honest. Do I care about Jirachi? Spikemuth makes all of these switching cards really annoying. I think we're just going to Metal Sharpener. We will avoid putting things on the board for him to put counters on. There's the wheezing. So yeah, I'm pretty scared of spread in this format, to be honest. Sucks that Birdkeeper forces you to switch as well. All of this switching is going to mean that stuff is going to be taking a lot of damage here. Will the Meowth get knocked out? This will do 20, another 10. So if you can put 10 damage on here, it'll actually get knocked out. If not, we can knock out this Wheezing with Power Beam next turn, because we have the Berserker in hand. Well, we have access to Evolution Roar anyway, but... Zigzagoon, I imagine, is what comes with this Quick Ball. Or maybe just another basic. Okay, there's another Coughing. Scoop Up Block Mime. Scoop Up Block is fine. Again, I run healing rather than picking stuff up in terms of Scoop Up nets in this list. So I run double Malolana. Oh, he does have the Zigzag. Damn. That's super sad. We could have knocked out this Wheezing next turn. It's a pretty, honestly, it's a pretty bad spot to be in. We haven't seen much search or anything. And we're Taking more damage here. If we can find another Duraludon, that'd be ideal. Okay. Have the switch, which is good. Have the goggles. Okay, goggles is huge. Don't have another energy in the discard. If we put the goggles on the active, what are we really worried about? We're going to be taking 10 a turn. That gives us some time. We can Marnie, we can... It feels weird because it could be a waste of a goggles. We only have 60 HP left. What could surprise us? I really don't think there's much that could surprise us, if I'm honest. Alternatively, we could just... Okay, this is a weird play, but it works, thinking about it. We're going to have to poke this once anyway. So yes, we're putting a lot of prizes on the bench here. But we're setting up, hopefully, an unkillable Duraludon. Is the plan. Obviously, these are, like, pretty free prizes at this point. But he can take up to 5 prizes before we lose. So... Like, yes, these are going to go down, but how does he ever knock out this Duraludon? He's taking 10 a turn. You pick the right decks from matchups. Yeah, this is a pretty hard counter for the spread deck, especially when I'm playing Mew as well. No, on reflection, I'm pretty sure Mew should just be a fourth Metal Goggles. Shuppet. Oh, is that Bennett? That must be the new Bennett, right? I have no idea what that does outside of the ability. So if it has an attack that I need to be worried about. I'm not going to know what to play around. So essentially, if we can stick a Meowth with a Metal Goggles, if we can stick a Meowth with a Metal Goggles, I think we're going to be in a very, very good spot. I think I'm just going to shuffle the Pokemon in. Okay, we hit Meowth. We can Quick Ball away Berserker. We can Quick Ball away Mew. We don't need the Mew anymore. Wow, I really should not have played this Mew, should I? I was way too worried about spread. I have enough spread answers. We could discard the Perrserker because obviously we can just search out another one from the deck. But the only reason I don't want to do that is basically because I want to keep Malolana and the energy, so I think we get rid of Mew in the spread matchup. That's silly, but yeah. The Meowth's going to be in a bit of danger this turn. But it's only going to be taking 30 damage from Splattering Sludge. Or 20. No, it'll go up to 40, won't it? Okay, so double ping from Zigzagoon actually does knock it out. Okay, that's worth noting. Like, I'm pretty sure this Duraludon should just sweep, if I'm honest. But I don't want to not play around something and end up losing in what seems to be a fairly favourable position. I don't want to like rest on my laurels and just not play down the Perrserker route just in case it does turn out that we need the extra damage. Oh, Fion could be annoying, I guess. As a Zigzagoon. Getting the Jirachi? Yeah, okay. Taking that free prize there. Going for the confusion play, maybe. Don't have a great out to confusion, to be honest. Maybe find some switching cards here, that would be good. Malolana was not what I had in mind, but pretty sure Berserker has like 2 or 3 retreat. What are we discarding for Berserker? Jirachi, Metal Energy? Okay, Fion going is huge. I think Fion is a big was a big worry for me. Forces my switching cards, may even force Malolanas. There's a Mewtwo. Research to the top, okay. And there's the Foul Odor. We actually need like all of these cards. I guess we don't need the Meowth this turn. I think these other cards are more important. Next turn we can just Evolution Roll. That's another Goggles, that's good. Goggles, Duraludon, second Duraludon. Yeah, if I was playing this again, I'd play 4 Goggles over Mew. Mew seems pretty pointless. Goggles seems very good. With a Zigzag, he knocks out the Jirachi on the bench, going down to 2 prizes. So he's like ahead in the prize race here. So enough confusion flips, and we like this isn't guaranteed at all. Always has 2 retreat. Okay, good to know. This might come down to confusion flips, to be honest. which is kind of scary. As a calm. Getting rid of the Shuppet. So Haunt does nothing because I'm assuming he doesn't play Psychic Energy. Nothing, okay. So yeah, he's probably going for the Confusion here. Curse of Darkness. Sorry, Spooky Shot does nothing, okay. We still have 2 Viridians in the deck, which would be good. Foul Odor. We could research, we'd be researching away our last goggles, which is kind of awkward. I think I wait a turn. I think I just try and go for the attack here. Yeah, heads, okay. We do stay confused though. I think goggles is too important. And I think we could wait a turn. I think if we even took 30 damage there, we'd still have 60 health left. I don't see how we can take 60 damage from that board state right now. There could be stuff that I haven't thought about, of course, but I don't see how he takes 60 damage from that board state right now. So I think it's better off trying to get the value out of the goggles on a second Duraludon. Because if we put down a second Duraludon without the goggles, and then he gets a knockout on this Duraludon, it's actually only one Duraludon he has to knock out. And, like, that's not... The goggles are the thing that are putting in the work here. He's actually doing 40 damage a turn. So, yeah. Okay, we have Birdkeeper switch and Viridian. I feel kind of bad because I'm just hitting everything, but I play so many switching outs. Yeah, I think this is a pretty tough spot for him to be in. Okay, and there's the concession. Alrighty, really interesting. Kind of boring games, I guess. I don't know. But the format seems really, really cool. And it's one that I want to explore more. I don't know whether it will be in the league or whether it will be in some other ideas that I have. But... yeah, pretty interesting week. Sorry, Eric, the games were kind of crappy. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit, but I counterpicked you fairly well, I guess. But yeah, thanks for the games. Thank you everyone for watching. I have been Jeff from Omnipoke, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in another video.